do, Lakers crew. Welcome to Lakers Over Everything. Purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride. I bleed purple. My heart beats gold. It's Lakers Over Everything. LOE fam. Stand up. It's been a minute. How y'all doing? Yeah, my apologies. It's been a minute. I've been watching this playoff basketball, enjoying that. I'm taking a little break from our Lakers, but it's time to dive back in. So my apologies for all of that. But yeah. We all know what it is. We're in the midst of a coaching search. I'll make a separate video about that. But today I just wanted to address this LeBron James stuff. Of course, Stephen A. Smith, he jumped on his show, First Take. And first of all, my apologies if my voice sounds a little weird, a little different. My apologies. I've been under the weather, so I got a little stuffy nose, sore throat, all that good stuff. So I'm trying to battle through that. So my apologies again if I do sound a little weird. That's why. But yeah, Stephen A. Smith, he jumped on First Take, talked about how the Lakers need to trade LeBron and blah, 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 blah. And of course, everyone's running with it. Everyone's saying trade LeBron, blow it up, trade AD, blow it up, this and that, that and this, that, and man. So I just had to get on here and talk about that really fast. Before I do, let me play this little clip by ESPN analyst Brian Windhorst. Of course, Brian Windhorst, Wendy. He's followed LeBron pretty much his entire career. He followed him in Cleveland. He's been following him all here, he's been following him the whole time he's been here in Los Angeles as a member of our beloved Los Angeles Lakers. And Wendy, he has an inside scoop. He's close with Rich Paul, close with Clutch, close with LeBron. And, he has anything Wendy says in regards to LeBron, I kind of listen. Because he's an insider. He's a LeBron insider. And but really fast, let me play this clip for you again. This is Wendy responding to. This is him on First Take, responding to Stephen A. Smith's speculation of the Lakers should look to move LeBron. So I'm going to play this for you guys, and I'll be right back.
And he's the reason why they have the title, and any chance of winning a title in the next couple of years hinges on him. But I think we are coming to a pinch point this season that I'm not sure everybody totally gets, and that is that I believe it's the first week of August, LeBron is eligible to sign a contract extension. And it only makes sense to me that the Lakers would come to him and offer it to him. And that is a huge moment for basically the rest of LeBron's career and the short term of the Lakers. Whether they offer it to him, whether he accepts it, whether the coach that they hire and the offseason moves that they make him comfortable. But I think there's two things I have to say that are very important here. The first is that LeBron wants to be a Laker. And, regardless of what he may have said in moments of frustration last year, and regardless of his concept of playing with his son or someday retiring a Cavalier or whatever, LeBron wants to be a Laker. He wants to live in Los Angeles. He loves living in Los Angeles. His son, Bronny, is a senior at Sierra Canyon in the Valley this year. He wants to be able to take part and enjoy his senior season. He still believes he can take the Lakers to heights. He wants to be a Laker. The second thing is that while it would be fun and is fun, and we will probably have these conversations now or later to talk about what team could want to trade for LeBron, LeBron isn't getting traded to a team unless LeBron deems it so. I know he's under contract. He doesn't have a no-trade clause, and they could trade him anywhere. And by the terms of his contract, he could have to go. But you can't do that to a player of this ilk. You can't do that to a player of his stature and status. So I don't see the fertile ground for that, although Stephen A's points that he made yesterday, and I'm sure he's about to make now, about where the Lakers are as a team with LeBron, those are all still valid. But you have the fact of LeBron's, persona and control of this situation, that can't be ignored, Stephen A.
So yeah, there you go. You heard Wendy, Brian Windhorst, say it itself. So I'm not making anything up. Yeah, LeBron's not going anywhere, man. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. especially this year. The Lakers will not, and I repeat, will not trade LeBron James. They're not moving LeBron James. In spite of Wendy, in spite of whatever else, that wasn't an option in the first place. People say, oh, all options on the table. Like, chill out. That is not an option. Okay, I agree with you. All options on the table. But trading LeBron James is not an option. When you get into the LeBron James business, you don't look to move on from that. You don't look to change that because you had a bad season. You retool and you keep going. And not even LeBron. That's Lakers. That's how the Lakers do business. The Lakers don't stack up draft picks they stack up draft, but they don't stack them up to draft to actually make those selections. They stack up draft picks to move them and get another superstar in here, get a new superstar, whatever the case may be, to win. The Lakers are always in win now mode. Now, of course, we had those 7 seasons, at the end of Kobe's career and those seasons post Kobe. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, the late great Kobe Bryant. We had those seasons in there, but the plan was always to go after LeBron James. The plan always was to take all those players and trade them for whoever. And once we got LeBron, it became really clear, really fast that person was going to be Anthony Davis. If it wasn't LeBron and AD, then it was going to be someone else. That's a fact. That's how the Lakers do business. That's how Jerry Buss did business, and that's how the Lakers do business. Now, if you grab you a Magic or if you grab you a Kobe, that's different. You're not moving those guys. But Lonzo Ball, I love you, but he's not no Magic. He's not no Kobe. Brandon Ingram, I love you, and I think he has a really high ceiling. I think he's going to be a superstar. But Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, no, he's just not. There's levels to this, all right? So Julius Randle, I even love Julius Randle, but, we know what it is with him, and all those other guys, great players. I'm not bashing those players at all. I love all of them, and I would have even loved to see how things looked, with all those guys developing here and where they would be at now, the ones that we would be able to keep if we could have kept a nucleus of those guys, but that's not how the Lakers do business. So I never saw that as a possibility, so it was always going to be LeBron James, They foresaw that when Magic came, we got rid of the Buss brothers and Magic came and he took over and Rod came and he took over and they started doing things to clear cap space, those horrible contracts, Mozgov and Dane, and, they started moving guys out. It was going to be LeBron James. Magic knew that. Magic knew that LeBron was going to have an interest in coming to LA, his businesses and his wife and, his son, as Wendy hinted on, his son, Bronny Jr. playing at Sierra Canyon, all that stuff. They knew all that stuff, so great job. They didn't blow it because I tell you this, and a lot of people say this, that LeBron was coming regardless. Magic or Rob didn't do anything. If the Buss brothers were still running things, LeBron James would not have come to the Lakers. As a matter of fact, he may still have been playing in crypto, but he could have been across the hall playing for the Clippers. Now, imagine what that would have done to LeBron's legacy. The Clippers they don't have any titles. They don't have anything past the quarterfinals or whatever the case may be. That would have added to LeBron's legacy as well. He comes to LA, not to the Lakers, not to the, at the time, 16-time NBA world champions, not to that franchise. No, he went to the Clippers and he revitalized that franchise. He led that franchise to a championship. Now imagine what that would have done to LeBron's legacy, right? Because it's all about legacy with LeBron. So it could have been LeBron and Kawhi over there, or LeBron and PG, or LeBron and AD, whatever the case may be. That could have helped his legacy out as well. So keep that in mind. So again, I do say, if Magic and Rob were not running things and it was the regime prior to them, the Buss brothers, all that stuff, I don't think LeBron would have came. So they could have very well blew that, and they didn't blow it. So I'm giving them credit. I'm giving them credit for that. Rob did the work. He moved those immovable contracts to clear the space for LeBron and also clear the space for, a second max guy and even a third max guy, So I'm giving him credit for that. But The Lakers are always win now. We're not about drafting and developing talent. So all these people saying now all of a sudden that's what we need to do, then obviously you're not a Lakers fan, because that's not how the Lakers operate. So why would they do that all of a sudden now? Why trade AD, trade LeBron now and get young guys and get picks and get assets? The Lakers ain't never been. They're the exact opposite. They take assets, they take young players, and they move them to bring in superstars. That's what they do, and that's what they're going to continue to do. All right, there's no difference here, and you're definitely not moving a LeBron James. That's just absurd. You're not doing that. You're not doing that. You're not doing that. All right, so LeBron isn't going anywhere. You heard Wendy list all the reasons why. His son, playing in his final year at Sierra Canyon. LeBron wants to be here in LA as a part of that. You trade him, he's going to miss that. He's not going to be. He hasn't made here. He has his businesses here. We know what he does. He makes movies and so many other things. He's a mogul. Where does a mogul want to be? It's not in OKC. It's not up in Golden State. It's not any of them. It's right here in Los Angeles. Okay, that's where a mogul wants to be, and LeBron James is a mogul. LeBron James has big things planned post NBA career, and he has the opportunity to do both here. He has an opportunity to rub elbows with those guys, take meetings with those guys, and I'm not saying that that's what's number one to him. I'm not saying that at all. I still believe LeBron wants to win, and I still believe he's capable of winning. Let me talk about that. He's capable of winning. The man could have led the league in scoring last year. If he didn't sit the final few games, he would have took that crown. So you telling me that's not capable? You can't put pieces around that makes you capable of winning a championship? I don't believe that at all. So I believe he can still win. And you say, oh, he can't lead a team to the final. Well, I got a question for you. What superstar can? What one superstar can lead a team to the NBA Finals, can lead the team to a championship? Because there isn't any. That's your answer. So I said I got a question, I got an answer. There's not a team, there's not a superstar in this league who can do it. KD, he definitely couldn't do it. You see James Harden struggling without Joel Embiid. You saw Joel Embiid, he couldn't do nothing before James Harden got there. So who can? You see Joker, probably a back-to-back MVP. You see what he does? No, they're at home. You see Luka, I was talking about this last night. You see Luka, you see what he's doing, but he's desperate for another star. He has to have another superstar there. I mean, who else you go down the list? Okay, Giannis. You say Giannis, well, Giannis had, of course, he's without Chris Middleton, but let's see how far they go. Let's see if they get past the Celtics, and then let's see if they can get past Miami, and then let's see if they can win it again. So there's not any superstars who can single-handedly lead a team, by themselves, just one guy and a bunch of bums, to a championship. LeBron's done that. So to say he can't do it anymore, okay, I'm not fighting you on that, but who can? So to say that, oh, he can't do that anymore, so that means trade him, man, that's BS. No. That's not a reason to do so. And then the Lakers, say what you want to say, but the Lakers still won a championship 2 years ago. All right? Literally 2 years ago. Now, they shouldn't have done what they did by trying to blowing that team up and doing this and doing that. I believe if they didn't do that, then, I think they would be a lot closer to the championship still than they are now. They overthought themselves. They overthought things and tried to blow things up and try to bring this guy. And I understand it. You got a chance to get younger. Okay, you do that. But you still, in the process, you gave them some key pieces, key championship pieces. And I'm still a firm believer, LeBron and AD, you put the right role players around them, I think they have just as great a shot as anyone else, And then this past year, it was just horrible. You gave up everything. You gave up the remaining pieces of that championship team that you had, and you went after Russell Westbrook. Okay, hindsight being 2020, it was horrible. At the time when it happened, I was all in because they did it, so I'm going to cheer for it. But it was horrible. We all know what it is. So just try to correct that, Try to move him, try to get young guys and or try to get the right role players and put them around LeBron and AD. and let that be that. Now, AD, that's a different issue. If you're saying move AD, I'm open to that. I can have that conversation with you because I just don't believe that AD is going to get any healthier. I do not believe that at all. And they won't do it this summer, but I'm going to roll with it one more year and give AD one more opportunity to prove himself. But if there's injuries and his play is up and down, then yeah, I'm definitely moving AD next year. It's just impossible to move him now because I don't know what his trade value is right now, you know? I really don't. I really don't know what his trade value is, what his trade stock is, you know, him being injured. I think it's really, really low, so you wouldn't get much for him now. But, you know, maybe that's a conversation we'll have down the line. But, you know, you're talking about move AD. I'm open to that. Moving LeBron, definitely not. You're not doing that. Just a player of his caliber. Just, period. The Lakers never trade superstars, you know. You go back to Shaq, but there was a lot more to that of why that happened. You know, it was the piece, Kobe, and all that. You know, there was a lot to that. So they don't trade superstars. You look at the guy, you know, all the guys that came and then just walked. You know, it doesn't happen. And Jeannie even came out and said it itself. You know, as I said, I made this video. I was listening to something from Trevor Lane. Jeannie says she's not trading LeBron, and the Lakers are fine with LeBron being on that, you know, year-by-year deal. You know, that year-by-year basis. They're fine with that, and I'm fine with it because this is why. 2023, the Lakers will have a lot of cap space. A lot of cap space. So even if LeBron does do the year-by-year thing, you know, and next year, next summer, he decides to walk, we're good. We have the cap space. We're fine. The only players we'll have under contract is Anthony Davis and THT. And I believe both of those contracts can be movable. You can either build AD repairs his value and you build around AD, or, you know, you look to trade him or whatever. He makes his, I don't think his value can be any lower than what it is now, you know, with these injuries. So he repairs a little bit and then maybe you move him, whatever the case may be. But in 2023, we will have cap space. Now, Russell Westbrook, you know, us having to move Russ, we're probably going to have to take on some contracts that will exceed that 2023. So it may eat up into that cap space. However, I believe those contracts can be movable. They're movable contracts. Those contracts can be moved, you know, because it'll be one less year on those contracts. And, you know, those players still have value, you know. So if it came to it where we took on some contracts to move Russ, I'm fine with that, you know, because in 2023, if we needed to, I believe that we can move whatever new contracts that we've taken on. For instance, you know, you do a trade with Indiana, you bring in Malcolm Brogdon and Buddy Hield, right? Their contracts exceed the 2023 season. So what I'm saying is I'm fine with trading Russell Westbrook, bringing those guys in, and then in 2023, if we want our cap room back, I believe those contracts are movable where you can, you know, get that cap space back. All right, that's what I'm saying. You know, or if you do the trade with Charlotte, you know, you bring in, you know, those guys rumored in that trade, Rozier and you know, all those guys, you know, same deal. Their contracts exceed the 2023 year, but I believe those players have value and those contracts can be moved in 2023 if need be. All right, so I'm totally fine with, because Russ got to go. I don't want Russ back here at all. If Russ is back here, you're going to hear me very, very, very upset, all right? He has to go, period, point blank. I'll make an entirely separate video about that, but I'm totally good with that, all right? So the Lakers are fine with LeBron doing that one year, you know, that's perfectly fine because we'll still have some flexibility. It's not like, oh, we're tied, you know, we got contracts, and I actually prefer that. I prefer LeBron to do that as opposed to a very, very long, you know, 2-year deal or 2+1 or a 3-year deal or any of that, you know, because, you know, it allows us to keep that flexibility open, you know. So I actually love that because if LeBron does sign a long-term deal, a 2-year deal, a 3-year deal, then he's on the books. Again, we're never going to move him. We're never going to trade him. So he's on the books. So, our cap flexibility is kind of limited, right? So, I actually prefer him doing that 1 year stuff. And, it just means that the Lakers have to be on their P's and Q's. They got to have multiple situations in hand, and that's your job. As a front office, that's your job. And Lakers, you've been falling short as a front office, so get it together, step up, play ball. This is what you do when you're in the business of getting superstars. Dr. Buss did it. He was always in the business of getting superstars, and of course he had Jerry West there and Mitch Kupchak and all those guys, and they were ready to play ball. They were ready to play big league ball. This current front office, they're not playing big league ball. And when you in the business and you're still trying to keep superstars, you got LeBron James here and you got AD here. You can't pretend, you can't pretend that you're ready to play ball. No, you can't pretend like you're ready to be in the big leagues because you're going to get exposed. And that's what's happening to the Lakers. So get your stuff together, get the front office together, figure this stuff out, and play big league basketball. You're the Los Angeles Lakers, okay? You're the Los Angeles Lakers. You're not any of these other teams. You're the Los Angeles Lakers, so act accordingly, all right? So if LeBron does walk, okay, so what? We're the Los Angeles Lakers. We're going to act accordingly. So his money is off the books, all right? Let's get someone else in here, all right? That's how you got to be. That's who we are, all right? So, get it together. Get it together, Jeannie Buss. Get it together, Rob Pelinka. Get it together, Ramby, and everybody else. Tim Harris, everybody else in there, what to say so. Get it together and, be the Los Angeles Lakers, all right? But trade LeBron, that's not an option. It's not happening. He's not going anywhere. And, so that's my 2 cents on that. And, I just want to get on here and rant about that a little bit. But, we're back. So make sure, if you haven't done so already, join our family. Lakers over everything. This is a place for you if you're a Lakers fan. I thank you guys, everyone. You see it on the screen. Thank you, LOE fam. I thank you guys for rocking with us. I know there's many, many other places that you can be, and you probably are, but you still find time to come back here and rock with us here. So I'm grateful. And off season in full effect. Make sure if you haven't done so, come on, join our family. Hit that subscribe button, join the family. Also smash that notification bell if you haven't done so. So every time we drop a new video, you will be the first to know. We will have some Laker live chats coming soon. So you want to have that notification bell turned on. So when we go live, you can come on and rap with us. This is a place where you can jump on, you can talk with us. When we go live, our screens are open. You can jump on the screen with us. DM us on Lakers_over_everything. We talk Lakers all day, every day there. Everyone here knows that. The family here knows that. They DM me. The DMs are open. I respond back, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Also, we're going to start utilizing our community here on YouTube more, posting more here in the community. Again, make sure you have that notification bell turned on. So every time we do anything, you can holler at us. We're also on Twitter at the1LOE. All that stuff will be down in the description box, the links and all that. So go follow us. And let's get this off season. Let's go. Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. And Again, my apologies. My voice sounded a little weird. I'm under the weather. Stuffy nose. I can't talk right. My throat is hurting, but we're going to battle through that, and we're going to talk some Lakers basketball, all right? Let's go. I hope you guys are enjoying the playoffs. It's been fun, man. This round has been fun. The second round, you got the Warriors and the Grizz. That's a great series. Tied 1-1 now. Milwaukee and Boston over in the East. That's a great series. Tied 1-1 now. And the other games, the Suns went up 2-0 over Dallas, and Miami went up 2-0 over Philly. That stuff is going to be a wrap soon. But, I hope you guys are enjoying it, man. I hope you guys are enjoying it. It's Lakers list. The playoffs are Lakers list. It don't make sense. It don't sound right. It don't look right. You keep waiting to see the Lakers are up next in that West Coast prime time, that West Coast nightcap game. But No, no, no. But it is what it is, man. We're going to get back to it. We're going to get this ship righted. And we'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back. We're down, but we are not out. We will be back, all right? And as we make that journey, we'll be here to talk about it and break it all down. So sound off down below, man. I want to hear your thoughts on this LeBron. This LeBron nonsense. To me, that's what it is. Stephen A. Smith got on there throwing out some more nonsense out of his mouth. It happens I'm a fan, but every now and again, that man is in left field. So it's his job, though. I ain't hating. But I am going to get on here and I am going to respond to it. And LeBron ain't going nowhere. So all the LeBron haters, sorry. And then another thing, man. What's LeBron about to do next year? He's about to break the all-time scoring record. You think he wants to do that in an OKC uniform? You think he wants to do that in a Golden State or whatever? You think he wants to do that in any of those uniforms? The only other uniform that I think he would do it in is the Cleveland Cavalier uniform. All right, and it's not time yet. Will LeBron retire in Cleveland? I'm a believer that he will, but I don't think we're at that point yet. So he wants to break that record at the crypt, in front of LA, in front of all the moguls. You see how LeBron responds to when those stars are there sitting courtside. I mean, you see it. We've seen him this year. Super Bowl champion Aaron Donald was there. LeBron went off. Super Bowl champion Matthew Stafford was there. LeBron went off. And all the other guys, LeBron enjoys that. He's a showman. He's an entertainer. It's much more than a basketball player, more than basketball with him. He's so much more, so much bigger than that. He's a different type of superstar. All right. And I'm not saying that makes him any better than any of the other superstars. No, but he's bigger than that. And entertainment is his thing. All right. He enjoys entertaining. And what's the entertainment capital of the world? Ding, ding, ding. Yes. La La Land, And you have the opportunity to do that every night downtown Los Angeles, in the house that Kobe built, in the house where 17 banners are hanging, in the house where there's celebrities. I'm there every night and I see them. There's celebrities everywhere you look. All right. LeBron feeds off of that. He loves that. And I love it as well. So LeBron's not going anywhere. All right. So LeBron haters, sound off in the comment section, say what you want to say. It's open, man. LeBron lovers, holla at your boy as well. I'm a big fan. I'm a LeBron fan. I was a fan before he came to LA. And when he came to LA, I was an even bigger fan because it's Lakers over everything. I'm a bigger Lakers fan than anything else. So when you put on a Lakers uniform, then you get mad respect from me. All right. So sound off in the comment section down below. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Turn on that notification bell so when we do drop the next one, you get that notification and you will be the first to know. All right. Purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride. I bleed purple. My heart beats gold. It is and forever will be Lakers over everything. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.